Coming into Harrison in northwest Arkansas, the first thing you notice is the gorgeous classical buildings clustered around its tree-lined square. But I hadn't come here to see the architecture or go fishing along legendary Crooked Creek, which winds through town. I had come to investigate a history mystery. The Lyric Theater has looked out on Harrison's Courthouse Square since 1929, when an Eastern steelman, J.W. Bass, built it, along with the iconic Hotel Seville nearby. The Lyric played the new talkies and remained the cultural center of the town until the 1970s, when it closed down and the building fell into neglect. 20 years later, the Times newspaper suddenly announced it would buy the building and put up a parking lot. That raised the hackles of a local philanthropist who bought the theater and formed a non-profit to raise funds in order to restore it. The Lyric was saved, and with it, the precious artwork inside. You see, when the theater was first built, it was decorated with 6 12-foot-high murals, painted by somebody who knew what they were doing. Leaking water had damaged them, so a local artist, Gene Brantley, volunteered on weekends to fix them. A master painter himself, Gene found that the murals were of excellent quality and not likely painted by an artist from the Ozarks, let alone the United States. So who was the mysterious painter? Legend has always been in Harrison that around that time a hobo muralist came to town, and he traded his painting skills in exchange for room and board, and that he stayed in the upper gallery of the theater. The mystery haunted me, so I went to Tanette Madison, director of the Boone County Heritage Museum in town. Online, she found a mural in a bathhouse in Hot Springs that resembled those in the Lyric, signed by J.W. Zelm. We then located other works by Zelm all over the southeast, but to prove that he was the hobo muralist of Harrison, I'd have to put on my gumshoes. 800 miles later, near Panama City, Florida, I found Foster Hall, built in 1912. There, surrounded by 6 Zelm murals, I met his daughter-in-law and 2 of his granddaughters. John William Zelm was born in Latvia in 1883. By the time of his death in 1971, he had embellished the interiors of scores of theaters, restaurants, hotels, all across the South. Then we opened up Zelm's old steamer trunk, where we found the original proposal he submitted to paint the interior of the Lyric Theater, signed by Agnes Bass. To celebrate, I paddled into some big wave action on the Gulf Coast. Then I rushed back to Harrison to catch a stage play at the Lyric. There was one last thing to do before leaving town.